Going to take a look at how we configure competition days across our competition. There's two methods for configuring this, and it'll depend on the type of competition as to which method is the best suited for you. The first method, we use the administration menu, and from the manage days area, we can see that we already have a day configured for our competition. Now I can edit that day, that'll give me the configuration for that, or I can add new days manually on a case by case, and this allows me to add a single day. I can select the date, I can set the start time, the interval for the time slots, the number of time slots. I can change the default availability flag. So this is if you're accepting availability from your match officials and other people that will register for the competition. You can determine whether the default is to have availability set to on or set it to off, and that will vary based on your needs. You can also lock the availability so that it can, as it says, be only read-only, so the people registering cannot change that. Of course, admins and coordinator roles can always override that, so that's useful if you expect someone to be, say, available for all day, or you want to manually kind of manage that. And of course, we can add fields. And with this, you can set the name or the label for the field, so if it happen to be different from the numeric order that you want to assign. The field aspect is also useful if, let's say, a match gets like a particular field becomes unplayable and you have to move them. You can easily rename that to make it easier on the scheduling. Now, if I hit save on that field, that day, that'll add that to the competition. Now, what I do want to show, and I'm switching now back to our administration portal, and if we go to the season scheduler, now this is a new capability that allows us to bulk add multiple days, and it's quite useful if you have, say, a season that runs over 10 or multiple weeks, but it can be useful even for a 4-day tournament that you just want to quickly add days to the competition, and they have pretty much the same configuration. So in this case, I'm going to say its frequency is weekly. I'm going to reoccur. I'm just going to say it's a 5-week competition. We're playing every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Of course, I can pick different days of the week. And then I can also select the date that we're going to start on. So let's say we're just going to start from, say, next Monday. And I can set my start time at this point, 6 p.m. And my various intervals. So at this point, I'm going to say the intervals are 50 minutes. I have 4 time slots. And at this point, the default option, I'm going to leave that set for that everyone is available. And I'll be accepting changes to that. And I'll also have the option here to set the number of fields. So let's say my competition actually has 6 fields, and at my venue. Now I can hit generate, and what that'll do, you'll see as we go through, it creates the day. The schedule's also being generated. There was an option there which was generate match schedule, and that just saves a manual step as well. So now that I've got those days added, if I switch now back to my manage days, and I'll just show this, you can see that the days have all been added. Now, of course, if I wanted to change any of the configuration, I could do that individually. I could, of course, if I change any configuration, you then need to reflect that in the match schedule that's generated. But just to show you what the generate match schedule setting also does is when I go to my match schedule admin, because I selected that option, if I select any of these days that we just generated, you'll see that there's an empty match schedule there, and it's ready for me to essentially import my draw or go through and fill out the kind of game details. But that's the the season scheduler and the ability to configure the configuration of days. Thank you, and this is an area that we are actively working on, and we look forward to collecting feedback and improving on the functionality over time. Thank you.